Hello, my friends. Let's talk about the game Panda Royale. Panda Royale is an amazing little dice game. It is straight dice chucking. Everybody gets a pencil, everybody gets a score sheet, everybody gets one die that they are going to start with. These yellow die. And the yellow die are very important because the yellow die are going to give you the drafting order for the next turn. Now, on the first round, you're only going to roll your yellow die. And again, whoever has the highest value is going to be able to draft first. The person draws as many dice out of the bag as there are players plus one. Go over what each of the die do, because you're going to score each die you roll each round. So you're always going to score your yellow die, whatever the face value is. Pretty simple. And then that one's going to tell you the drafting order. So whoever has the highest goes first, second highest goes second, and so on. Then let's talk about the purple die. Are always multiplied by 2. And you have these as purple die. D8 and you have a D12. So you can get some big points with purple die. Next up is we have the blue die. They're worth their face value just by themselves. Look at all the variety on the blue die. However, there is a very special blue die that looks like this, and it's sparkly. The sparkly blue die, if you have one or more of them, is going to take all of the values of blue die, including the one on the sparkly one, and it's going to multiply it by 2, which is fantastic. The red die, and we have a couple different varieties of red die, and I love me the red die because the red die is when the luck begins to get pushed. You'll notice that the red die have white numbers and black numbers on them. The lower half of numbers are black, the higher half of numbers are white. The white numbers mean you get that many points. The black numbers mean you lose that many points. But the red die are special because the more red die you have, the more they're multiplied by. If you have 2 red die, you multiply the total by 2. If you have 3 red die, you add everything up and multiply the total by 3. And then 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and all the fun. So the more red die you have, the more points you could get. Or if it's all black coming up on the top, it's the more negative points you could get. It's risky and it's great. The green die are simple. They're a D20. You roll it, you get what it says. The white die allows you to steal one die from another player, but you replace it with this die. So this die will go to that other player, and in the next round, they could steal what you stole back or steal from someone else. You can't steal something that someone already stole that round. Also, the pink pity die. The pink pity die gives you just the face value, and it always goes to the person who has the lowest total score each round. You're going to play 10 total rounds, add up all of your scores of each round, and whoever has the highest score wins. And that is Panda Royale.